All right, good morning, boys. Okay, I'm gonna do my recap a little differently today and make a video of it so it's a little easier to understand and you can actually get to live, you can actually get to hear me talk about what I was doing instead of just reading because I know the terms and stuff I use in the recaps is pretty confusing. But I'll get right to it. So, conditions for the day was this 15-minute fair value gap. I get on the markets at 8:45 every single morning. So when I get on, I'm on this candle right here. And we're holding this fair value gap, right? So if we hold this, I want to see the daily get hit. If we end up closing below this, I honestly don't have a draw. It's the London lows for now, but I was leaning a lot more bullish. Very, very confident that this daily would get hit, which it does. And there is a 5-minute setup towards it right away, which was off of this fair value gap right here. And ultimately, I just don't like to trade during this window of time with a draw that's not so strong. So if we had equal highs up here, data wick, I would have 100% taken this. However, it's a daily fair value gap. I myself do not consider them that great of a draw with backtesting, and I just faded the setup ultimately, which I was fine with. Not really that great of RR anyways. Yeah, so I'm fine with fading this one. And there is also a confirmation setup in the 1 minute towards this right before market open, which is this candle right here, which would have banked about 30 points. Yeah, 28 points. And of course, you can hold runners, whatever, however you guys do it. I personally just take most profits out here, maybe leave a runner if we have a draw above. Again, there's no draw. So I kind of just faded that, which is fine. And after the daily, we saw rejection, which, yeah, that there was a short setup. This was I'd give it a B plus short setup right here. Again, it's good momentum. We're just rejecting off a daily fair value gap. However, there's no draw on liquidity over here. There's nothing. So ultimately, I would rate this a B plus setup. And it's also a break even trade because in conditions like this where there's not really a draw, you kind of want to have a quick break even. So if I'm taking this is my break even point right here. Just so you can see. So as soon as this candle comes in here, that's my break even right here. Boom, gets break even. So that's a break even trade. If you wanted to hold till London lows, it it's bad. This is not good. This is not what you want to see in a trade. What you want to see is a quick movement down and your TP get hit. So after this, kind of around in this time period here, yeah, I wish I recorded this so I could show this in real time. But around this time period here from 9:50 to 10 a.m., there's usually a 10 a.m. reversal. And I was waiting for this London low on NQ to get swept because when you come this close to a low and start rejecting higher, don't you really don't want to see that. You want to see this fully get swept and then we move higher. As you can see here, we come close to the London low. This red line right here is the London low. And it's also a unmitigated 4-hour fair value gap. So we come close to the London low and we're rejecting it. We're not sweeping it. Come over to ES and I see this. I see triple equal highs on ES. And I was like, "Oh shit." And I don't like the way NQ is trading. I've never traded ES before. And we have this 3 minute. Again, look at the times. It's leading up to 9:50. It's in that window for the reversal. So this is my trade, yes, but I'll get to that. This is where I entered off of a 3 minute inversion with it was a pretty, I'm not gonna lie, it wasn't that great of a entry model. I'd give it a B entry model. However, this draw is A plus plus. When you have triple equal highs to the tick like this, it's just an A plus draw, and that gives me full conviction that these are gonna get hit. And if you could see where I enter here, it's 9:57. Come to NQ. NQ still struggling to take those London lows at 9:57 right here. That's where we reject the first time when we go higher. And I did not go break even here because, so I think it was right here at this candle here. We make it 5 points. I don't go break even there. First of all, because there really isn't a break even point on ES alone, and I still anticipated for these London lows to get hit, right? You ask why do I enter the trade if that's the case? I don't know that. It could very well just run to my TP because ES does take London lows. And I don't like trading SMTs for this reason, because some people who trade SMTs might have saw this sweep and like, okay, NQ is good. But no, I like the confirmation. NQ comes, sweeps, and what happens? We run, right? That's why I didn't get stopped out. Yeah, I saw a good amount of drawdown. 6 points on ES. That's a good amount of drawdown. I held it, and if you want to know the stop loss method is, I actually learned this from Dodgy. If the candle closes below your inversion fair value gap, so this right here, once it becomes inversed, it's now an inversion fair value gap. So I've been stopping out my trades once the candle closes below the inversion fair value gap. If it wicks like this is fine. Look what happens here. We wick, end up taking out the TP. And I'll have a hard stop either at this swing low right here or at another swing low down here. Nothing too crazy, nothing more than a 1-to-1 risk, just in case some news comes out or something. You don't want to blow your account. You just have a nice little hard stop. Normally, I'd probably keep it here because I don't really want to see price come down here, but again, it can. So once price came here, I'm not going to lie, I moved my stop loss here just because NQ didn't sweep the lows yet. So once NQ sweeps the lows, as you can see the time again, 10:06, NQ sweeps these London lows, and we're accumulating at them, and we start V-shaping back up. The last line of defense in NQ, where I went break even, is when we tap into this 1 minute that was rejected 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 times. And when you see something like this is the last line of defense. Once this gets closed above, we run to the profits. So as soon as this got tapped into, when I was in my ES trade, that's where I moved my stop to break even, and that's where the TP got fully hit because we closed above. Overall, my first time trading ES was a pretty good experience. I mean, this is just as good as it gets. When I see something like this, I don't care what index it is, I'm gonna take it. And no matter what entry model you use, no matter what you do, when you have triple equal highs, they're gonna get ran. I don't know the exact percentage of time from back testing this. I should have calculated the exact amount of times, but it's more likely than it's not, right? So we're all in this for the statistics. You want to take high probability plays. Triple equal highs is the move. Draw and liquidity is everything. I didn't take my entry on TradingView because I am on Alpha Futures. Okay, I'm gonna show you. I don't want to show my account numbers. Here we go. Here is my entry right here off this inversion. I got a pretty good entry. And my exit at the triple equal highs. Boom. I made $600 on my newly passed funded. I passed it last week. I took a couple trades. I think I took a couple break evens on this. This was my first big win, so I just got a payout off of 4 of my other accounts on here. That's why I didn't copy trade it today, or I would have had this times 5. But I'm perfectly fine with this. This was a beautiful trade, beautiful day. If you have any questions, just let me know in the Discord. This was for the Discord. I don't really care about the YouTube video. Let me know if you like this or you want me to go back to the paragraph formed recaps. Thank you.